history's famous deaths by lead poisoning and how they looked in real life. Possibly the most famous, Queen Elizabeth I. In 1562, at the age of 29, Queen Elizabeth contracted smallpox, and this scarred her face. She almost died from it. She's been queen at this point for 4 years, and in a male-dominated society, she had to show her power and stability. So just like us today, when your skin isn't at its best, when you've got breakouts, you try and cover it up. Do you feel confident enough to go to a meeting if you got a gigantic blemish on your face? Well, by covering the blemishes and scarring with what was seen as the best available product on the market in 1562, you can really feel her courage in gathering herself back together again and finding the braveness to walk into those rooms. Hello everyone and welcome. Here on Mortal Faces, I recreate historic portraits to see how individuals might have looked in real life. Lots more on my channel, subscribe for more recreations, let me know in the comments who you want to see next. In this time in history, things that were white were thought to be whitening. She brushed her teeth with sugar, which gave her bad breath and bad teeth. Accounts called her mouth yellow, black, and towards the end even toothless. And she used Venetian Ceruse, a powder that when mixed with water and vinegar became like smooth paint. It contained lead, caused blemishes and breakouts, which caused scarring. So, you apply more to cover it up. More blemishes, more makeup. More blemishes, more makeup. Lead also caused balding, which gave rise to perhaps the Elizabethan and Renaissance high forehead fashions. Her red lipstick was made of cinnabar containing mercury. And when all that was done, at the end of the day, or in some cases, weeks, she could have used a mercury-infused mixture to remove the makeup. I mean, she lived until 69, but at the end, she was not happy and not comfortable. She had nausea, headaches, mouth pains, and internal organ pains, all caused by this self-poisoning. The stupid death by the Countess of Coventry and how she looked in real life. It's 1760, she was 27, and they called her the Countess of Coventry. History would call her a silly woman who refused to give up her white lead makeup and so died tragically young. She came from a noble family, but after her father died, they were impoverished. Coming to London from Ireland, her beauty caught the attention of everyone at court, and she became somewhat of a celebrity. She attracted none other than the Earl of Coventry, and she married him, becoming his countess. However, she was set on keeping herself the Kardashian of court, and when she went to Paris on her honeymoon, she learned of alabaster white faces with rouge. All the sophisticated ladies at the French court, like Madame de Pompadour, the king's mistress, participated in this fashion, and so Maria, being the society girl she was at home, needed to apply this as well. It's 200 years since Elizabeth I, and Venetian Ceruse was still popular, so that's what she used. You see, science did in fact realize lead was poisonous all the way back since 2000 BC, where Egyptians and ancient Romans also used it in their eyeliner and makeup. So by the 16th century, people did want to limit its usage, but it remained so popular and effective to cover up the blemishes. Even if people knew about the high exposure effects, they turned a blind eye to the low dosage usage in order to achieve confidence. You see, if it was the only thing that worked really well to cover up your smallpox, syphilis face, then you'd take it if it gave you the confidence required, especially in the demanding world of the royal court. Her husband hated it, and one time at dinner before 16 people, coursed his wife round the table, unsuspecting she had stolen on a little red. He seized her, scrubbed it off by force with a napkin, and then told her that since she had deceived him and broke her promise, he would carry her directly back to England. Luckily for her, England soon caught on with the porcelain face, and it gave her the reason to continue to wear it. Her skin began to mottle, peel, and erupt, so she applied more and more and more. 27 years old, she died 1760. Her ingestion of the lead must have been extremely high to cause death at such a young age. Perhaps she mixed her own powder, inhaling it, or she applied a little bit extra, or she was just susceptible. The very high levels of lead could have given her seizures, coma, kidney failure, cardiovascular problems, and no doubt she would have felt very sick at the final weeks of her life. Then again, you think she could have just used fake Ceruse or another recipe that wasn't toxic? Well, this experiment from BBC shows that any less recipe that didn't use Venetian Ceruse was noticeably different. So if you're in a room with porcelain faces and yours is gray, you can easily tell that you didn't buy the best quality product, and that would not do well with your reputation. On the other hand, when you're the only one with this unmatched white face, you become almost revered, and that's the status people wanted, or in Maria's case, she wanted to maintain. And that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. There's lots more on my channel. Subscribe for more videos. Each of your subscriptions does help this channel grow. It allows me to continue making more content for you. Let me know in the comments who you want to see next. I do make a list of all your suggestions, and I will see you in the next one.